The notion that science is satanic and deceptive to faithful Christians is a perspective that has been debated and discussed by various groups and individuals. This viewpoint is often rooted in the idea that science and Christianity are mutually exclusive, and that the scientific community is actively working to undermine the teachings of the Bible. Proponents of this view argue that science is based on human reason and observation, which they believe is limited and flawed, whereas the Bible is the inspired word of God, and therefore, infallible. One of the primary concerns of those who believe that science is satanic is the theory of evolution. They argue that evolution is a lie perpetuated by scientists to lead people away from the truth of creationism. They claim that the concept of natural selection, and the idea that humans evolved from a common ancestor with other animals, is a direct contradiction to the biblical account of creation. Furthermore, they argue that the scientific community's acceptance of evolution is evidence of a broader conspiracy to promote atheism and secularism. Another area of contention is the field of cosmology. Scientists believe that the universe is billions of years old, and that it originated from a single point in a massive explosion known as the Big Bang. In contrast, some Christians interpret the Bible as teaching that the universe is only a few thousand years old, and that it was created in 6 days. Those who believe that science is satanic argue that the scientific community's adherence to the Big Bang theory is an attempt to dismiss the biblical account of creation and to promote a godless worldview. In addition to these specific examples, some Christians also believe that the scientific method itself is inherently flawed and satanic. They argue that the scientific method is based on human reason and observation, which they believe is limited and prone to error. They claim that scientists are arrogant and believe that they can understand the workings of the universe through their own intellect, rather than relying on divine revelation. This, they argue, is a form of idolatry, where humans are elevating themselves to the position of God. Moreover, some proponents of this view argue that the scientific community is actively working to suppress evidence that supports the biblical account of creation. They claim that scientists are biased against any evidence that challenges the dominant secular worldview, and that they will stop at nothing to silence anyone who dares to question the status quo. This, they argue, is evidence of a broader conspiracy to promote a satanic agenda and to lead people away from the truth of the Bible. However, it is essential to note that this perspective is not universally accepted, even among Christians. Many Christians believe that science and faith are complementary, rather than contradictory. They argue that the scientific method is a powerful tool for understanding the natural world, and that it can be used to support and inform their faith, rather than undermine it. They also point out that many scientists are Christians, and that they see no conflict between their faith and their work. In conclusion, the idea that science is satanic and deceptive to faithful Christians is a complex and multifaceted issue. While some Christians believe that science is a threat to their faith, others see it as a valuable tool for understanding the world and deepening their relationship with God. Ultimately, the relationship between science and faith is a matter of personal perspective, and it is up to each individual to decide how they will approach this issue. However, it is essential to approach this topic with respect, humility, and an open mind, recognizing that both science and faith have the potential to enrich our understanding of the world and our place in it.